share some gratitude.
With a good attitude.
Oh, love morning, yeah. Love morning, yeah. Love morning, yeah.
What's on your mind?
Welcome. What's on your mind? That was the recording from yesterday when Lisa was here. That's why it sounded so good. Good morning, yeah. Good morning, yeah. Good morning. This is Love Morning, part of Hug Nation. This is an opportunity for us to share some gratitude and connect and remember that we are not alone on this wild journey of life, that we are interconnected, that we're all humaning the best we can. And it's such a richer experience when we share our triumphs and our struggles. This gathering is acknowledging struggles, but also more so focused on gratitude. And even as we acknowledge our struggles, trying to find the gratitude in that. So as we grieve, is there a way to find gratitude for good memories, good experiences, the retaining of memories and ripples from someone? If you are here, say hello. Leave a comment. Let us know what you are grateful for, something you're looking forward to, something that happened to you. Or if you're struggling with something, just put it out there so that we can collectively feel and hold the burden of one another. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you hear me speaking to somebody that you don't see their name, they are in our collective social, polysocial intimacy here. Good morning, Moosecock. Hello to you in Calgary. Danielle is here and is grateful for community. Thank you, Danielle. Good morning. Brent, good morning. Good to see you. And good morning, Carlene. Carlene is finally here in real time. Welcome. Which I should say, if you're watching this archive or this recording, hello. Whenever you're seeing this, hello to you in the future. We made it. Good morning, Razorblade. I am using a different camera today, or I should say a different lens. You might look, I'm a little closer. My background is a little more blurred. Experimenting. This is what I really would like to be using, this kind of prime lens, but I'm so far from the camera right now. It might be problematic. I might be a little too big. This face is kind of up in your business. But, I mean, if you're going to have a face up in your business, this isn't the worst one. Good morning, Tracy. Tracy is grateful for family, soul family, and friendships. I had a number of interesting experiences over the last few days. I think just to acknowledge, it's something I've been speaking to frequently, whether it's these live broadcasts or the gratitude gatherings. The terrorism in Israel is hard not to make that a part of the constant mindset. How do we reconcile that reality with our life on a day-to-day basis? And so it's something we've been talking about here, and a lot of what I've been, having conversations with people about, and I've been doing some writing about it, and really struggling to find like a cohesive, this makes sense. This is what I will share, and people will go, thank you for such wise words on this. So I will just acknowledge the complexity of this, and that what I have been focusing on is how do we not turn away from the darkness, but also how do we not deny the light? How do we live in a world while there is so much suffering and still give ourselves permission to celebrate and to laugh to be grateful. So if you are feeling conflicted about sharing gratitude at a time like this, I would say this is a really important time to have a gratitude practice. It is important to have gratitude for the fullness of your experience of being a human. And to deny any of it is to reduce the potential of being a fully realized human being. What other things have been interesting that I wanted to talk about or share? If you are here and want to share gratitude, would love to hear it. Let's see, where do I want to go? I am grateful for the opportunity yesterday to spend some time with several people that have been important to me throughout my life and are now in the final chapter of their lives. My parents are in their 80s. They are healthy and great. And I also am aware that every moment with them is precious. And I got to see them both yesterday. But I also visited a few parents of my elementary school friends and just made a point to say hello, to thank them for their impact on me as a child, and just to, rekindle that connection. They're not a part of my life anymore, but they are a part of the person that I became. And as someone who believes became a solid person, I think it's a beautiful experience to say, hey, I'm one of the results of the ripples that you put in the world. So thank you for the positive impact you had on me, because I am now out in the world, the result of all the people who have shown me love. So thank you. Now, I didn't use exactly those words because the people that I was speaking to, due to their generation, I don't think that was the right vocabulary and the right tone. But I did get to say one thing. I got to tell, one of my friend's fathers, I said, hey, I've had a complicated relationship with my dad over the years, and it's been difficult for him to, tell me that he approves of me or he's proud of me. And my friend's dad said, like 30 years? I was like, yeah, it's been a while. He goes, we're in a good place now, but I just wanted to tell you, that you always made me feel like you were proud of me. He did it in a joking way, but you always made me feel like you thought I was doing okay. And it was really the sincere moment. And he said, you're welcome. And I said, I can't remember exactly what you said. I think you used to say that if you would love to trade lives with me. I said, no, I said that when I die, I want to come back as you. It's like, that's right what you say. And then he said that to me for years and years as I tell him the adventures of my life. And so it was, and then he had this heartfelt moment of genuinely honoring and appreciating my unique path, and I got to thank him for his presence in my life. And that will be the last time that I will see him. And I am not at a point of grieving yet, but I am feeling good about that ability to let someone know that their impact, their presence mattered in my life. And then I went from there and visited another friend's parents, a friend who I have not seen in many years. I've seen his parents more frequently than that. And you never know how much time you have left, but there are people that their health is at a stage where it's probably the last time I will see them. and got to thank them for being there for me when I was a kid. And she offered me one last cookie when I came to the door. And it just was, nothing. We caught him up on my life and my love and Asher, and it just felt really good. So I'm feeling so grateful right now for the ability to appreciate people while they're here. And that isn't to say that there's not so much joy in appreciating people when they're gone, but it's a good reminder of how precious the moments are. And I just want to always make sure that people know how important they are to me. If you're here and want to share some gratitude, would love to hear what you are grateful for. Tracy is grateful for family, soul family, and friendships. Thanks, Tracy. Carlene says, I was taught to face all pain and fear because if I didn't, I would not be a whole being. I was blessed with an awesome mom and an awesome therapist. Rad. That is, what a gift to the world to do the work with therapists and parents to be courageous with their kids. That's awesome. Razorblade says, I'm currently housebound with COVID. Oh no. My first time. No longer a COVID version. I am sorry. I hope the symptoms aren't too bad, but I'm glad that we can connect safely in this moment due to digital tools. So I am grateful for these digital tools. We'll share gratitude for a little bit longer and then do a hug. Moosecock says, I was given a 5% survival rate 2 years ago, and I tell people all the time how much they mean to me. Wow, it freaks them out a bit. FYI, I'm okay now. Yay! Well, congrats on those beating the odds. That's amazing. What a gift to be able to connect in this moment. There's a couple other things, but maybe I will wait to share those. I am grateful for another day with my beloved before she goes off into adventure into the world tomorrow for the weekend. I'm grateful that I've got Utopia coming up. If anyone else is in Southern California, you should come to Utopia. It is the Southern California Regional Burning Man event, and there's still tickets, which is like exciting. I mean, it's tough to get yourself to the burn. This one is easy to get to. It's an hour from San Diego. Should be a lot of fun. So I'm grateful for that. I'm going to be recording a Stay Sparked episode in a few minutes. And I'm thinking about the topic, which is starting projects and ending projects and new beginnings. And I'm really excited to talk about it because I can look back on my life and see I have started things. I'm not that good at ending things. If you look at my projects, most of the things that I've started are still going. Whether that is for Saturdays or Pink Heart or these Love Mornings or Hug Nation. I'm pretty good at keeping going. But as I am looking to the next chapters of my life, I'm trying to figure out, does it make sense to continually add things? And actually, at the end of last year, I did step away from certain things. Like I stepped away from leadership of Pink Heart, and I stepped away from group coaching, trying to draw back in and figure out what do I want to use my energy on. But now I'm in the place of like, okay, what am I going to begin? I had a big conversation last night with Lisa, just acknowledging some of the fears I have about making goals. that I fear not reaching goals, and I fear that the beating myself up when I don't do something that I wanted to do. And so I often will not say an exact, I'm going to do this, because if I don't do it, I beat myself up so much. And Lisa had this really awesome feedback. She said, well, if you're open to it, which I love being asked if I'm open to feedback. I almost always say yes, sometimes no, but just that pause of saying, are you open to it? Changing the mindset of like, okay, let me shift and be receptive. Thank you for asking. Yes. Okay. What? And she said, what if as you were speaking, I was noticing that what you're afraid of is you beating yourself up. And is there a way to take that out of the equation? Which seems so simple. And maybe there's something to that, that, because I know that there are things that I cannot achieve if I don't make it a goal. There's too many things that come up on a daily basis that can fill your time if you don't have a commitment to some place that you're trying to get, a project you're trying to do. So what would it look like if I, in advance, forgave myself for not hitting that goal and still tried to get it there anyways? So that is something that I am pondering today. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to stretch into that area. HT says, I'm grateful for my 8-year-old daughter. She keeps me centered through a long illness. How wonderful to have a little miracle around. Razorblade says, I am grateful for these mornings to connect here while I'm homebound. Thank you. And Razorblade, if you're stuck and want to connect, we do Zoom meetings 3 times a day, which is noon, 6 p.m., and 3 a.m. my time. You can go to zoom.hugnation.com to convert the math to where you are. If you just want to see people and do so in a safe way, if you're isolating, that's how we started it. Madeline, hello, good morning or good day to you. Madeline is grateful for my new adopted senior cat. And even if he doesn't trust me yet, I hope he feels my love. Grateful for optimism, grateful for desire, for creativity. Thank you, Madeline. Brent is ever grateful for his wonder wife, Susan. She is wonderful at creating connection, and she is always incredibly kind-hearted. I love your love, Brent and Susan. Thank you for sharing. That's been a fun thing that Lisa and I have both noticed, is that most people love to hear about love, true love, inspiring love, those kind of connections that you're describing, Brent. I mean, I guess there's some people that find it like, ugh. But myself and many others love hearing about these magical connections between 2 individual humans that become something special when they connect. Joyous says, I'm grateful for gratitude and our safe, loving container. Yes, Joyous is a regular in the Zoom circles. Okay, I'm going to say something a little petty now. So, yesterday I tried out tagging all my followers in a Facebook post. I knew that you could tag everyone in a group, but I learned that you could also tag followers in a post. And I have quite a few followers on my personal, not page, my personal just account on Facebook. I was like, oh, that would be interesting. And I don't want to abuse it. So I was like, oh, you know what? I made a post about that I'm so weird video that went viral. I said, have you seen that video? I'm testing the followers tag, but also, did you know it's the first time I've ever gotten over 1 million views? It's got 1.4 million. And 300 people have used the audio and it's so cool, and just kind of like, check it out. And so a lot of people were like, yes, the tag's working and cool, yay. And a lot of super positive, yay, feeling of connection as people were, responding to the post. A lot of those proud weirdo beacon, solidarity. And one person was really attacked me for posting something so silly while there was so much horror in the world, and while there were people like me at a festival that had been, killed and kidnapped, and if they had posted that with any sort of opening to dialogue, I would have appreciated the ability to discuss, because one of the things that I'm not ignoring that. I think we've been talking about it here and in Zoom and other places about, trying to live in a world where that is true, and how is it okay to be grateful or laugh or be silly when somewhere in the world there's someone suffering. And my feeling is it has to be, because there's always someone suffering. There's always millions of people suffering. So you grieve and you pray and you work and you heal. And when you've got it in your heart, you laugh and you dance, and you are grateful for as much as possible. So that person kind of spammed and just kept posting things, and so I had to block them. But there was another person that was like, hey man, I like you, but this is bullshit. This is, with all the ways that you can use these tools for good, you're posting this narcissistic, self-absorbed crap of attention getting and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I apologize. It'd probably be best to unfollow me. I'm not going to use this a lot, but I do plan to use this tag again. And he's like, well, it's kind of like, felt like he was kind of attacking me for being shallow. And then some other people, and then he said something like I spend time working at a homeless charity, and it matters what you do in the world. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. He's fallen into my trap. And I was like, I told you this was petty. I said, well, this is fantastic, because you've really helped me. You've showed me that the tag works, and even someone who's following me doesn't know that I have been running a homeless charity for 13 years. I'm not going to tag you, but here's the link if you want to check it out. And now I know that I should use this tag to let my followers like you know that I am doing things in the world, like helping homeless and doing these gratitude circles and trying to be of service. So thank you. I do love it when someone attacks me and it opens, they just leave it wide open for me to defend myself so beautifully. I said it was petty. Any last gratitudes before we head off into our day? Carlene says, I'm grateful for finding out I am not the only one who has dozens of unfinished projects. Oh boy. Yes. I mean, this is a whole topic for another time, but I feel like I have unfinished projects because I'm afraid that if I finish and it's not good enough, I'll feel bad. But as long as it's unfinished, I can always think to myself, well, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. You want to see an example? I was actually going to talk about this, but I've been working on, years ago, I wrote, this is my third book. I have 2 books, you might know, but this is my third book. Can you see that? My Pink Parts. And it is right now, it is a 320-page book about my, how would I describe it? my personal manifest destiny, the development of my sexual insecurities, how it affected my life, and how I've worked to heal them. And it goes through my life as a kid and junior high, and then into discovering the internet, and my life working in the adult industry. And then, yeah. And so it's a lot of stories that when I wrote it, I was not ready to share publicly. I think that I am now, but now it's been maybe 5 years since I wrote it. Is that right? When did I write this? It doesn't say. 2017. So yeah, it's a pretty good estimate. Uh-oh. The recording stopped. Why is it? Oh, it probably stops at 30 minutes. That's not good. Oh, man. Okay, well. I hope it didn't cut off, but anyway, so much has happened in my life in those 5 years that the story has changed. Like, the ending is different, and there's different things that have become relevant when I look at the story arc of my life. So, but this is a project, as you said, that has been undone for a long time, and I'm scared that if I finish it, no one will care. So I keep it in an unfinished state. Now, let's see if I can work through that. Ivy, good morning. Ivy says, I can so relate to that feeling. I realized that I think it continued to output to online, but I'm also recording it on the camera so I can get a high quality version. That's one of my goals as I'm trying to make this more professional, because don't I look professional? So thank you, Ivy, and good morning or good day. Brent says, I'm an artist looking at a couple of dozen paintings to be finished by next week. Damn, bravo, Brent. All right, well, I think since we did hit 30 minutes, that's a solid morning connection. But I will remind us that this morning gathering that happens every day at 9 a.m. that I am in town, the intention is to multifold. One, focus on gratitude. Two, remember that we are ambassadors of love in the world. And as you go through your day, as you pass people in the street, as you exchange emails, you are always able to add a little bit of connection to what you do. So when you have the opportunity to wait till the cashier looks into your eyes and then say, thank you, and mean it, do that. When you're passing somebody who's walking their dog, if they look even towards you a little bit, say good morning, instead of just keeping your head down. Look for the little ways that you can connect as you go through your day and be an ambassador of that small town family vibe. And then the other thing is just to remember that we're not alone. You know, the news makes it feel like there's so much selfish, cold people out there, and there might be, but there's also millions and millions and millions of warm, open-hearted, like-minded people. And some of them just need an example. They need permission. They need to see that there's other people like us. So as we are those love ambassadors, we are giving permission. We are extending an olive branch. We are giving a little secret sign. It's not that secret. It says, good morning. That's the secret sign saying, hey, we're allowed to be friendlier. This world can be kinder. We just gotta be the change. So thank you, Love Ambassadors, for joining me today. And welcome, Scary Mac. So everyone, wherever you are in this moment, give yourself a big squeeze and appreciate this body you're in. Appreciate this moment. Appreciate this ability to connect through digital means, recognizing that it doesn't matter where our feet are, it matters where our heart is. And in this moment, we are connected. Even watching this archive, you are connected to this vibration, to this community of people seeking to be more loving, more open, more connecting in this world. And so as we go into the world, let's recognize we're all doing the best we can. We're all trying to be safe and protect our loved ones, find purpose. Sometimes in our pursuit of those things, we get off track. So let's forgive ourselves and forgive others. Try to have compassion for them and for us, knowing that we're all part of one thing. Let's take a deep breath in and feel a part of that oneness. And release. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you beautiful ambassadors of love, thank you for being here for this Hug Nation Love Morning. I'm Halcyon. I love you. Have a beautiful day.